of a satellite? A. Potential energy equals 2, kinetic energy. B. Potential energy equals 2, kinetic energy. C. Potential energy equals 3, kinetic energy. D. Potential energy equals kinetic energy. Show answer. Correct answer A. Potential energy equals 2, kinetic energy. Notes: potential energy of a satellite, L2, Mr. 2. Potential energy of a satellite, L2 halves Mr. 2. Therefore, potential energy equals 2, kinetic energy. 22. Who was the first to state the principle of flotation? A. Isaac Newton. B. Archimedes. C. Aristotle. D. Galileo Galilei. Show answer. Correct answer B. Archimedes. Notes: Archimedes, the ancient Greek scientist, was the first to state the principle of flotation. Archimedes' principle states that when a body is immersed partly or wholly in a liquid, there is an apparent loss in the weight of the body which is equal to the weight of liquid displaced by the body. 23. What is the density of air at room temperature? A. 1.41, B. 1.75, C. 1.29, D. 1.9. Show answer. Correct answer C. 1.29. Notes: the density of air at room temperature near the surface of the Earth is approximately 1.29 kg per cubic meter. 24. In which of the following positions is the kinetic energy maximum in SHM? A. Extreme position. B. Mean position. C. Can be at extreme or mean position. D. None of the above. Show answer. Correct answer B. Mean position. Notes: kinetic energy is maximum at mean position and equal to total energy at mean position. Kinetic energy is minimum at extreme position. 25. What happens to the time period of a spring pendulum-based clock kept on the Earth when it is taken to Moon? A. Time period reduces to half. B. Time period becomes twice. C. Time period becomes 1/6. D. No change. Show answer. Correct answer D. No change. Notes: time of a spring pendulum is independent of acceleration due to gravity. That is why a clock based on spring pendulum will keep proper time everywhere on a hill or moon or in a satellite, and time period of a spring pendulum will not change inside a liquid if damping effects are neglected. 26. What happens to the time period of the simple pendulum if the solid bob is replaced by a hollow sphere of same radius but half the mass? A. Time period becomes double. B. Time period remains unchanged. C. Time period becomes half. D. Time period becomes 4 times. Show answer. Correct answer B. Time period remains unchanged. Notes: time period of simple pendulum is independent of mass of the bob. Therefore, if the solid bob is replaced by a hollow sphere of same radius but different mass, time period remains unchanged. 27. What is the time taken by 2 consecutive compressions or rarefactions to cross a fixed point in a sound wave known as? A. Amplitude. B. Time period. C. Angular frequency. D. Angular displacement. Show answer. Correct answer B. Time period. Notes: the time taken by 2 consecutive compressions or rarefactions to cross a fixed point is called the time period of the wave. 28. What is supersonic speed? A. When the speed of any object exceeds the speed of sound. B. When the speed of any object exceeds the speed of light. C. When the speed of any object exceeds 10,000 meters per second. D. None of the above. Show answer. Correct answer A. When the speed of any object exceeds the speed of sound. Notes: when the speed of any object exceeds the speed of sound, it is said to be traveling at supersonic speed. Bullets, jet aircrafts etc. often travel at supersonic speeds. 29. Which of the following sound waves are used in echocardiography? A. Infrasonic. B. Ultrasonic. C. Between 20 Hz and 2000 Hz. D. None of the above. Show answer. Correct answer B. Ultrasonic. Notes: ultrasonic waves are made to reflect from various parts of the heart and form the image of the heart. This technique is called echocardiography. 30. Which of the following is correct about the speed of the sound at same temperature? A. Sound travels faster in humid air than in dry air. B. Sound travels slower in humid air than in dry air. C. Speed of sound is same in humid air and dry air. D. None of the above. Show answer. Correct answer. A sound travels faster in humid air than in dry air. Notes: with increase in humidity, density of air decreases. So with rise in humidity, velocity of sound increases. This is why sound travels faster in humid air, rainy season, than in dry air, summer, at the same temperature. 31. What is the measure of the response of the ear to the sound known as? A. Pitch. B. Intensity. C. Loudness. D. Amplitude. Show answer. Correct answer, C. Loudness. Notes: loudness is a measure of the response of the ear to the sound. Even when two sounds are of equal intensity, we may hear one is louder than the other simply because our ear detects it better. 32. Which of the following can be measured using sonar? A. Distance of underwater objects. B. Direction of underwater objects. C. Speed of underwater objects. D. All of the above. Show answer. Correct answer, D. All of the above. Notes: the acronym SONAR stands for Sound Navigation and Ranging. Sonar is a device that uses ultrasonic waves to measure the distance, direction and speed of underwater objects. 33. Which of the following is another unit of frequency? A. Decibel. B. Cycle per second. C. Meter per second. D. Second. Show answer. Correct answer, B. Cycle per second. Notes: the change in density from the maximum value to the minimum value, again to the maximum value, makes one complete oscillation. The number of oscillations per unit time is the frequency of the sound wave. 34. What is the SI unit of specific heat capacity? A. J kilogram minus 2 K1, B. J kilogram minus 1 K1, C. J kilogram minus 1 K2, D. J kilogram minus 1 K1. Show answer. Correct answer, D. J kilogram minus 1 Kelvin minus 1. Notes: the specific heat capacity is the property of the substance which determines the change in the temperature of the substance, undergoing no phase change, when a given quantity of heat is absorbed, or given off, by it. The SI unit of specific heat capacity is J kilogram 1 K1. 35. Which of the following is the efficiency of a Carnot engine? A equals temperature of source, B equals temperature of sink. A 1B, A B 1A, B C 1 plus B, A D 1 plus A B. Show answer. Correct answer, A 1B A. Notes: Carnot engine is a reversible engine operating between two temperatures T1 source and T2 sink. The Carnot cycle consists of two isothermal processes connected by two adiabatic processes. The efficiency of a Carnot engine is given as 1 T2 T1. 36. For how long approximately an image persists on the retina before vanishing? A. 1/8 of a second, B. 1/16 of a second, C. 1/32 of a second, D. 1 second. Show answer. Correct answer, B. 1/16 of a second. Notes: the impression of an image does not vanish immediately from the retina. It persists there for about 1/16 of a second. So, if still images of a moving object are flashed on the eye at a rate faster than 16 per second, then the eye perceives this object as moving. 37. What of the following represents Ohm's law? V equals potential difference and I equals current. A. V equals I2, B. V equals 1, I. C equals constant, D. None of the above. Show answer. Correct answer, C equals constant. Notes: the potential difference V across the ends of a given metallic wire in an electric circuit is directly proportional to the current flowing through it, provided its temperature remains the same. This is called Ohm's law. V I equals constant. 38. Which of the following is an example of insulator? A. Diamond. B. Mercury. C. Iron. D. Chromium. Show answer. Correct answer A. Diamond. Notes: diamond is an insulator whereas mercury, iron and chromium are conductors. 39. What do we call the magnitude of the drift velocity per unit electric field? A. Current density. B. Mobility. C. Conductance. D. Resistance. Show answer. Correct answer B. Mobility. Notes: mobility is the magnitude of the drift velocity per unit electric field. 40. What do we call the cell that requires an outside electrical source to drive the non-spontaneous redox reaction? A. Voltaic cell. B. Electrolytic cell. C. Galvanic cell. D. None of the above. Show answer. Correct answer B. Electrolytic cell. Notes: an electrolytic cell is one kind of battery that requires an outside electrical source to drive the non-spontaneous redox reaction.